We're getting close, guys. Just a couple more minutes and we'll be able to get started here.
Vice Chair Flowers, it's super bright where you're at. Where are you? Not in Sacramento.
I am not. I am over here on the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii.
Oh, so much fun.
But I decided not to be with you just in spirit, so I'm physically here as well.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she just has to keep rubbing it in, that's all.
Sorry. It's terrible. It's I don't know. Someone's got to do it, right? I don't know.
There you go. Good way to look at it. Looks like we have a raised hand, and we're going to ask that you save all your questions until after the presentation, unless it's something that you want to discuss after the public comment section.
My clock says 7 o'clock. Are we good technology wise, Stacy?
We are.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, Chair.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to open the special meeting of the Citrus Ice Planning Commission, October 20th. It is now 7 p.m. Commissioner Turner, Mike, can I ask you to do the flag salute, please?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stacey, can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Engel.
Here.
Commissioner Maknabowski.
Here.
Commissioner Nishimura.
Present.
Commissioner Turner Mike.
Here.
Commissioner Van Duker.
Here.
Vice Chair Flowers.
Present.
Chair Sheeler.
Present, but not in Hawaii.
Thank you. Next item is public comment. Under Government Code Section 54954.3, members of the audience may address the commission on any agenda item within the jurisdiction of the commission or on any agenda item. Those wishing to speak on non-agenda items will be called upon at the beginning of the meeting. Those wishing to speak for or against an agenda item will be called upon after the presentation by the City Planning Department and the applicant for that agenda item.
Stacy, it does look like the raised hand has been lowered. So
That is correct.
Oh, the raised hand is back up. So maybe we have to see if they want to talk on a non-agenda item, please.
Please unmute the people that have raised their hand, Stacey.
I am unmuting. I have unmuted you. Would you like to speak to this evening on a non-agenda item? Are you there? Okay, they're not.
Are they still unmuted,
Yeah,
Stacy?
I have asked them to unmute themselves, but I'm not, okay.
Can you
Looks
hear
like-
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, good. You're speaking so softly, we can't hear you out here.
Is that all you'd like to say this evening, or did you have a comment?
No, I just need you guys to speak up so I can hear what is being said.
Okay, thank you.
Next item, please, Stacy.
Public hearing, Sunrise Tomorrow specific plan, 6041 Sunrise Boulevard. The Planning Commission will be considering adoption of the Sunrise Tomorrow specific plan that would allow for the following mixed uses. Residential use units, 2,200, office, 960,000 square feet, hotel room, 480, community institutional, 450 square feet, retail, 320,000 square feet, and open space, 25 plus or minus acres. The project includes the general plan amendment, change to the land use designation, and the entire plan area from general commercial to marketplace mixed use, and rezone the property from shopping center to special planning area. The Planning Commission will forward their recommendation to the City Council for final adoption. Environmental determination. An environmental impact report was prepared for the project and circulated for public review as required by CEQA. The Planning Commission will forward the recommendation to the City Council on the consideration to adopt the EIR statement overriding considerations, findings of facts, and mitigation monitoring and reporting. Project planner Casey Kempinar.
Sorry, one second. I lost my mute for a moment there. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Commission. Let me just see if I can share my screen now. Can you guys see my screen okay? Okay, great. Thank you all for being here tonight. As Stacy mentioned, and you're all aware, we're considering the specific plan for Sunrise Tomorrow. The Planning Commission is well versed in this project. You guys have met on it a number of times. We've given you a lot of material to read. I think you're very familiar with this. Last time we met back in September, we did a deep dive into the draft EIR as well as the draft specific plan. So today we're back to review the updated specific plan. It was adopted based on some comments we received. And then the final EIR, which was also updated based on comments received. So the EIR includes a few components: the CEQA findings, statement of overriding considerations, and the mitigation monitoring and reporting program. And we'll go to each of those briefly in a moment. So tonight we are asking the Planning Commission to recommend the council make a number of motions to certify the EIR, to adopt the specific plan, to amend the general plan, which will create a new land use designation for the city called Marketplace Mixed Use, as well as include updated policies to support the implementation of the specific plan. And then lastly, it would rezone the mall site from shopping center to special planning area and adopt the special planning area for the site. So the specific plan, as you're familiar, it acts as the zoning code and general plan for the mall site. It achieves introduction of new uses. It establishes ceilings on new development. It really ensures holistic planning and coordination of the site, which is a council directive, and how we got here to begin with. It embraces flexibility, and it is the long-term vision for the site. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and you've all met James Dunsmore with Gensler, and he and Nate Cherry will do a brief presentation on the specific plan, and then I will come back and talk about the rest of the entitlements.
Thank you, Casey, and good evening, commissioners. Hopefully you can all see the screen and the specific plan cover slide. Great. So I know that you've had the opportunity to review this, and we've shared it with you a number of times, but just for the benefit of members of the public who may not be as familiar with the background of the project, the purpose of this project was to create a specific plan to guide the future development for the Sunrise Mall property. It's intended to help realize the city's general plan vision and to transform the mall site into a premier regional destination, a flourishing center of community life where residents and visitors can shop, live, work, and play. The project site is the existing Sunrise Mall, about 95 acres today, with 1.4 million square feet of building area and over 6,000 parking spaces. And I'll point out that there are a number of parcels and different owners involved. The city does not own or control any of the parcels in the planning area. And the history of the project, of course, the mall dates back to the 1970s, well before the founding of the city, and the mall and Citrus Heights have really grown up together. But our work on the project began in 2019 when the City Council adopted a general plan amendment requiring a comprehensive plan for the future of Sunrise Mall. We began our work in October of that year, and since then we had a series of stakeholder meetings, community workshops starting in 2020, and then of course moving online with additional workshops later that year and this year as well. The draft specific plan was released on July 20th of this year, and we presented some of those details to you back in September. A few updates to the plan since the draft specific plan was released include increased flexibility to better respond to changing market demands. That's really in response to direction we've heard from both, I think, the City Council and commissioners, as well as the mall owners, that this really needs to be able to be flexible to respond as the market changes. And so we've taken a few attempts to help with that. Also streamline the process for minor administrative modifications, and that's part of providing for increased flexibility. And also we've updated some of the sustainability policies, strengthened those, and added some new policies that are encouraged in response to agency comments and community comments. And I believe you all have a list of the changes that were made since the draft plan was prepared. The thing I really want to emphasize that I know all of you know as well is that this is really a community vision, and the credit for this plan really goes to the dedicated residents of Citrus Heights who have participated in in-person workshops, online workshops, shared their ideas with drawings, with comments on the website and in person. And really the goal was to create a community-driven plan, and I think that's what we've done here. Just a few metrics that kind of drive that point home. You know, we started out with over 50 stakeholder interviews, over 300 people attended in-person community workshops, another 200 attended our virtual community workshops, and in total over 660 people commented and responded to surveys online, and over 12,000 visited the dedicated project website. And when we asked people in those meetings, you know, how excited were they about this plan, over 82% said, you know, more than 7 out of 10 people are really excited to see this project. And I think that's demonstrated by both those numbers and really the overwhelming response when we've asked people to participate in the planning process. And the vision that emerged really came from what we heard in the community, all about creating a new heart for Citrus Heights. And to talk about some of the key elements of the plan, I'll turn it over to our project director, Nate Cherry.
Thank you, James, and good evening, commissioners. It's a pleasure to see everybody on this call. And I feel like over the last couple of years, we've really all become very good friends, and it's been a real pleasure working with the community of Citrus Heights. And some of the themes that we have heard from the beginning is a real desire by the community to create a place for people to come together. Not only in terms of there was a real sense of nostalgia for what the mall used to represent, but also interesting, a real optimism about what the future could hold in terms of places for people to come together, a place for economic growth, and a place that would position Citrus Heights in the future in the region in a unique place, in a unique way. And so as we're looking at the plan, there's some key elements that I want to identify. First, notice we're basically creating a flexible framework structured around streets and blocks, really re-knitting the city, making connections to Birdcage, to the surrounding neighborhoods through really pedestrian-oriented streets and blocks. Also at the center of the project is a Main Street core. That's really the center of the project and really become the perceptual downtown of the whole city. Districts that plug into that area, transit and bike connections, and open spaces. And so I just want to talk a little bit about each of those elements. The Main Street would really be the center of food and beverage. Online shopping is a thing that is very much happening. And so the retail that we're proposing here is very much based on experience, community gathering, event programming that brings people, that becomes a magnet for people to come together. The next slide, please. In terms of open spaces, we're really creating a heart to the project, Sunrise Commons, a place where people talked repeatedly about their desire to see fireworks, have a place for a farmer's market, concerts, really the place to be in Citrus Heights where everyone comes together. And so this creates a tremendous hub for annual events at over 2+ acres. It really becomes this incredible flexible space where you can throw out a blanket, throw a frisbee, meet friends, interact. It really becomes the center of the whole community. Next slide. Of course, also important to that is understanding Citrus Heights' role in the region. And, you know, it is part of the #1 most desirable region in all of the United States in terms of millennials moving here. It really has a potential to become a hub for tech, biotech, healthcare, employment. And you'll notice in this image here, lots of indoor, outdoor placemaking where people have opportunities to work in a hybrid manner that plugs right into the main street. And so taking advantage of that employment opportunity, not only in terms of short-term, but long-term jobs right on the site. Of course, also at the other end of Main Street is a big a big entertainment anchor. And that's important because it attracts not only locals, but also visitors, tourists and workers to that other end of the street. And so we imagine the potential for a cinema, maybe a theater, certainly outdoor community gathering spaces, event programming, community hub there. That really becomes a tremendous entertainment anchor that works in conjunction with the employment anchor on the other end to really mix and bring people together for a whole variety of reasons along Main Street. Importantly, one of the things that we heard over and over again was there weren't enough hotels for a variety of reasons. First of all, businesses need hotels for people who are coming to do business, but also families need places for relatives to visit, holidays. There's a big groundswell of visitors to Citrus Heights. And so a variety of options, full service boutique and extended stay hotels are integrated into the plan and have that potential to really create a place where people can come to Citrus Heights, where previously they had to stay in an adjoining community. And then really important to making a project of this scale really work is providing a variety of residential product types. First of all, for young families, there are going to be a lot of things to do and a lot of places to be for young kids, a lot of family-oriented events. And so this area is going to be very desirable for young families. Also established families that are going to want to be living in a more urban setting. Those established second home families are definitely going to want to be here. And then empty nesters who want to scale down and live a more urban lifestyle with everything nearby within walking distance. We see those as all having great potentials, and integrated into the plan is a variety of housing types, 5 or 6 different housing typologies we imagine could be integrated. So people have flexibility to move in and then move up throughout the project and really make this a generational choice that they can grow into as their families change over the years. And of course, a lot of the desirability of this community is really reknitting the natural trails, natural amenities that existed before the mall was ever here. This was out on the edge of Citrus Heights. And so the opportunity to reknit those trails, parks, plazas, and connections to things like the Arden Creek Trail, the Willow Creek Trail, and other natural regional amenities, open space amenities that make this part of the world such a desirable place to live, is a real opportunity and a real selling point for this project. And so we're integrating almost a quarter of the site to open spaces and multi-use paths, which is really exciting and a differentiator for the project as well. And of course, we want to see, and I think we will attract people who are really interested, as I'm sure you all can attest, how quickly the mobility scene is changing with micromobility, people who are biking more, with e-bikes, scooters, all kinds of motorized ways of getting around other than by car, and then of course autonomy and electric vehicles. All of those resources we want to integrate and create the potential for people to have wider choice, greater means of getting around and connecting. And so a big part of that is connecting to the BRT line, and we're creating a transit hub right on the site that's going to connect right to the commons, that we think is going to be a very powerful selling point for the project in terms of you not needing to have a car. And so this is a big list of things. And I think what I would say most importantly about the plan is that it's very, very flexible. So people talked very passionately about all these things being so important. And I think what the plan offers is a way for you as commissioners to really gauge projects as they come in. Of course, there are going to be some modifications, and as the market shifts, you're going to have that ability to shift this plan. But these are really the aspirations of the community. And so the plan offers the opportunity for leaders of the city to really gauge whether a project meets these criteria, and it still creates the opportunity for the project to meet the market as the project shifts and as the market shifts. So you have the combination of a really strong vision, and then you also have that flexibility, which is really important with a plan that's going to be implemented over time. So we think this is a great tool, and we couldn't have gotten here without the commitment and the passion, frankly, of the people of Citrus Heights and of you all as leaders. And so it's been a real pleasure for us to work on this project, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioners have any questions?
Sorry about that. A few more slides, Chair, and we can maybe turn it over to questions if that's all right. Just wanted to hit a few, the last portion of the presentation about the last few entitlements. So as I mentioned earlier, the specific plan, can you guys all see my screen now? Okay. The specific plan necessitates a new general plan designation because the intensity and type of uses don't exist in our current general plan framework. So we created a new marketplace mixed use general plan designation that is applicable to this site. Potentially in the future, it could be applicable to other sites, just like our other commercial designations are. The general plan amendment includes minor text updates, creation of the mixed use designation, and then updating the policy 12.3 to reflect the completion and need to implement specific plan. So the general plan language, you probably recall 12.3 action A said essentially create a specific plan. Well, now that's basically done. So we're modifying those actions to say, implement the specific plan and use a flexible framework and promote financially feasible uses and those types of supporting actions that are helpful to have in a general plan to support that specific plan. And any entitlement that we do, the first thing we do is make sure it's consistent with the general plan. And as you can see here, here's a few highlights of long-standing general plan policies that the specific plan checks off. And this just is a handful. Your packet included various other ones, but as you can see here, really transforming the marketplace in the mall and via economic driver as well as a transportation network. Diversifying the local economy, pursuing non-retail uses, and then creating open spaces within our urban development. So you can see the plan really hits a number of general plan goals that we've really been striving for over the last 20 years. The last entitlement type is a rezone, and that's changing the existing zoning from shopping center to special planning area and creation of a new Sunrise Tomorrow special planning area. And that's similar to what we've done with the Auburn Boulevard plan and Stock Ranch. We've created an SPA that really memorializes the zoning, but really ultimately points you back to the specific plan for the rules and regulations that are applicable to that particular site. Last but not least, I know the EIR was about 4,000 pages, so I'm going to try to boil it down to 2, just kind of hit the high points. So the final EIR is comprised of various documents, including that original draft that you reviewed in September. It also has text changes. Some of those text changes were initiated by staff. Some of those were based on some of the comment letters received. Also, in every comment letter we received from outside agencies, there's a detailed response to every single comment. And then last but not least is the mitigation monitoring reporting program. And this is a tool that we use as new projects come in, making sure that they're adhering to the mitigations that are established by the EIR. The last part of the EIR is for the council's consideration is a statement of overriding considerations. And this is essentially a statement that cities use that weighs the benefits of the projects against the significant unavoidable impacts. And as we discussed with the EIR, the draft EIR here back in September, there are a couple of impacts that we are not able to mitigate to a less than significant impact, and those are air quality and greenhouse gases. So what the statement of overriding considerations essentially says is we acknowledge that there will be these impacts, but the benefits by this project from an economic perspective, from a housing perspective, from a quality of life perspective outweigh those potential impacts. And then findings of fact, that is a document that really explains in CEQA how we came to the conclusions that we did. So that was all part of your packet, and happy to go over any of that with you. So in conclusion, the requested approvals that we're asking you to pass along to the City Council is to certify the EIR, to amend the general plan, to rezone the property, and to adopt the specific plan. With that, I have a whole host of great folks on the call here with me, from Gensler to our city team to outside consultants, and we're all available to answer any questions you may have.
Commissioners, any questions? I think most of the commissioners, if not all the commissioners, certainly, as you all have said, we've spent a great deal of time reviewing this, and I'm very familiar with it. I think you all have done a great job. So I myself do not have any questions.
Stacy, do we have any raised hands? But we should not at the time.
We do have one raised hand.
Okay. Chair, I suggest if there's no questions, we can open the public hearing and take any questions or comments that may be on the line.
I'd like to open the public hearing.
Stacy, can you unmute them, please?
I have unmuted you. If you can unmute yourself, please, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. We live at 5706 Celine Drive, and there's a project that is supposed to start here pretty soon that's right next to our property, which is just behind the mall there. And I was wondering, with all those housing units that are being proposed and bus traffic and everything, what sort of plan is there, or if there is a plan, to help with the traffic situation that's going to happen? Because there's going to be, I can't remember how many units, but there's quite a few units being built right behind our house.
Over 200.
And then you've got another 2,200. That's a lot of people.
Sure, the way this works is that you make your comments to the commission for their consideration in making the decision. So it is not typically sort of a back and forth. That the information that you're looking for is contained in the study, and I know it's a very large study, but if you look for the traffic portion of it, it will answer your questions.
Okay, well, a lot of good this meeting's done.
Stacy, are there any other people?
No other raised hands at this time. Casey, do you have anything?
We do not have any other comments in the planning inbox.
Thank you.
I will close the public hearing. Commissioners, any final comments or questions? Very good then. Commissioners, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion. We recommend that the city council adopt the attached resolution as seen in attachment 1 regarding the environmental impact report, finding statement of overriding considerations and mitigation monitoring of the special program.
I second Turner Mike.
Would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Engel,
Aye.
Commissioner Nishimura, Commissioner
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Turner Mike,
Aye.
Commissioner Maknavowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Duker,
Aye.
Vice Chair Flowers,
Aye.
Chair Sheeler.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'll make the motion for B. Recommend that the city council adopt the attached resolution as shown in attachment 2 regarding the general plan amendment.
I'll second. That's Engel.
Commissioner Engel,
Aye.
Commissioner Nishimura,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner Mike,
Aye.
Commissioner Maknavowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Duker,
Aye.
Vice Chair Flowers,
Aye.
Chair Sheeler.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion pass.
I'll make a motion for number C. Recommend that the city council adopt the attached ordinance rezoning the property as shown in attachment 3 into Sunrise Tomorrow Special Planning Area.
I'll second. Engel.
Thank you. Commissioner Engel,
Aye.
Commissioner Nishimura,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner Mike,
Aye.
Commissioner Maknavowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Duker,
Aye.
Vice Chair Flowers,
Aye.
Chair Sheeler.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion pass.
Okay, I'll move on motion D, recommend that the city council adopt the attached resolution adopting the Sunrise Tomorrow specific plan as shown in attachment 4.
I'll second
And
Turner.
sorry.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Go ahead.
Did we get that? I heard Turner Mike and I heard Engel. It sounded like Turner Mike came in first. Am I correct?
I'll do
in
it.
that? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Commissioner Engel,
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Nishimura,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner Mike,
Aye.
Commissioner Maknavowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Duker,
Aye.
Vice Chair Flowers,
Aye.
Chair Sheeler,
Aye.
motion passed. Thank you.
Any determination by the planning commission may be appealed to the city council by filing a written notice of appeal and the appropriate filing fees of $250 with the city clerk not later than 10 calendar days after the date on which the determination is made.
Item 5 is regular calendar.
Excuse me, Stacy.
Oh, sorry.
Can I make one comment, maybe on behalf of the commissioners? I think this is just a exceedingly important action that we've taken tonight, and I'm realizing that this goes on to city council, but this is really something for the future of Citrus Heights and all the community. And I think we all should be very proud that we've been able to get this done, and all the kudos to the staff and the consultants that have worked so hard putting all this together for such a long time. They deserve all the credit in the world. I think we as commissioners, and certainly the community of Citrus Heights, thank you for all you've done.
Thank you very much, Jerry. I can't
Thank you, everybody.
thank this team enough. There's been a great relationship with, I think we have about 15 people on here on the call right now that are staff that are somehow involved, and greatly appreciate all of their time and also your time as a commission reading through 4,000 plus pages of not so entertaining stuff. So thank you very much.
And I just have to do a quick call out. I mean, everyone's worked on this, and thank you to everyone, but Casey and Megan Huber have lived and breathed this for the last couple years, and really just especially want to acknowledge them because they have put hours and hours and hours into this.
Who was that person talking? Next item, Stacy.
Regular calendar, resolution for recognition of Community Development Director Colleen McDuffie.
You know, this is really something that I wish we were all meeting in person to do. It's just really a shame. And so I'm frankly, I've read through this, and I know many times it's maybe shortened or whatever, but I would like to read through this, and I think for all to understand, having been a long time public employee myself, I know the blood and sweat that goes into what goes on behind the scenes. So again, I would like to read this. Whereas in January 2000, Colleen McDuffie began her career with the city of Citrus Heights. And whereas during her career, Colleen McDuffie contributed to the efforts of the Planning Commission on numerous projects throughout the city, including the adoption of the city's first general plan, the adoption of the Boulevard Plan, the creation and adoption of the Stock Ranch Guide for Development, the medical office building and city hall project, and upcoming Sunrise Tomorrow specific plan. And whereas Colleen McDuffie was an important part of increasing housing opportunities for current and future residents of the city of Citrus Heights throughout her diligent work on significant housing projects, including the Autumnwood subdivision, Northridge Grove subdivision, Sunrise Point and Mitchell Village subdivision. And whereas Colleen McDuffie attended more than 250 planning commission meetings, including regular meetings and workshops, with some meetings lasting many hours into the night. Whereas Colleen McDuffie built cooperative relationships with the planning commissioners and will be remembered for her ability to respond to questions from the planning commission with accurate, thorough, and concise answers. Therefore, be it proclaimed that the Planning Commission of the City of Citrus Heights does hereby commend Colleen McDuffie for her more than 21 years of dedicated service to the City of Citrus Heights and her impactful contributions to the Planning Commission and the Citrus Heights community, and wish her the very best in retirement and all futures endeavor. Colleen, congratulations.
Thank you very, very much.
That's awesome.
Well, I truly appreciate that. So yeah, thank you very much. I want to know who counted up all those meetings. That's really interesting. And it's weird to think about, 250 night meetings. That's a lot of nice night meetings. But as I sit here tonight, I'm actually feeling a little nostalgic about that, and might actually think I might miss those on some of these Wednesday evenings. So I just would like to thank the Planning Commission for your words tonight, but also just not only this current commission, but all the prior planning commissioners I've had the privilege of working with. They really are what has helped Citrus Heights grow and develop and just improve the quality of life. And all your decisions that you've made, big and small, all contribute to making Citrus Heights a better place. So thank you for that. While I'm leaving, it helps me to know that the planning division, of course, is the staff to the planning commission. You have got the best staff. So I know that you're in great hands. Just want to acknowledge them really quickly. Allison Bermudez has been here almost as long as me. She arrived just a couple months after me. And many of the things that I've accomplished, there's probably none that I have not been assisted with greatly by Allison. So want to acknowledge that. And I know many of you have known Casey now for a long time. He's been here for, I think, almost 15 years, and is quite a force for making things happen here. I don't know if you all know this, but if you don't, I'm really happy to be able to tell you this. Casey has been appointed the new community development director. So he will be taking over when I leave. And I know he's going to do great things. And the planning division will continue doing great things. Stacy is a new member to the planning commission team, although she's been with the city for a while, but she stepped in during the pandemic and somehow got all the Zoom stuff figured out, and is really helping a lot. And then Eric as well. I'm not sure if he's on tonight, but just great value to the planning team and then, which of course is to the planning commission. So I know I'm leaving you in good hands. Thanks to everything that's on social media. I know I will be following all that you do, and I look forward to seeing all the new projects and new endeavors that the commission's going to be working on. Sincerely thank you for the proclamation.
I can't think of a better meeting to end your planning commission career on. We debated whether it was going to be the cemeteries last month, and I'm glad it was the mall, not cemeteries.
Me too. That would have been just a bad omen.
Well, thank you very much, Colleen.
Colleen, thank you very much. From this planning commission and all past planning commissions, you've done a fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Best of luck in your new chapter.
Thanks.
Stacey, next item, please.
Planning manager comments. SB 9 update, Casey.
Yeah, just briefly, I know those of you that are plugged into planning all the time know there's this bill that was passed, SB 9, and it has been called the end of single family zoning. And there are a lot of nuances to that. And every city in the state is grappling with trying to understand what the law is and what it isn't, and the rules and ramifications. So just want to let the commission know we are working on that. We are working with our city attorney team and League of California Cities folks to figure out the best approach for us. And we envision bringing something to the commission in December, I think is what we're shooting for right now, because the law does go into effect in January. So we have a tight timeline to get something on the books. So more to come on that. But just wanted to let you know we are aware of it and working hard on it. The other thing I was just going to point out, we will not have a planning commission meeting next week, and we will not have one in November due to the holidays that are occurring. So.
Casey, so all of November, no meetings?
Yeah, November 10th going to actually, the council is taking that date for a meeting, and then the following meeting is Thanksgiving. So we will not have one.
Got it. Thank you.
Commissioners, any other comments, questions?
And I just want to say congratulations to Casey.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, on that note, thank you all for joining, and I call the meeting as adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Night.